Hello, McFluffy52 here, back with some more March of the Machine action, and today we're playing a really fun mono green deck built around Tribute to the World Tree. So we're not just playing any old mono green, we're really dedicated to Tribute to the World Tree, which is a 3-mana enchantment from March of the Machine that says, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater, otherwise put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Now what we have to synergize with this is, well, a bunch of creatures, but besides that, we have Awaken the Woods, which we can pay X and 2 green, create X 1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens, which when they enter the battlefield will trigger World Tree, and they'll get 2 +1 counters on them each. And then if we have more than one tribute to the World Tree here, we'll even draw a card for each of the tokens that we create. So Awaken the Woods becomes a Silver Scrutiny that also makes 3/3s, which is crazy. But besides that, we're also playing Invoke the Ancients, which is a 5-mana spell here that says create 2 4/5 green spirit creature tokens. For each of them, put your choice of a vigilance counter, a reach counter, or a trample counter. So we can make these really like flexible 4/5s, and since you're creating 2 creatures with this one spell, with both of them with over 3 power, we end up drawing 2 cards with Tribute to the World Tree. So yeah, that's basically how the deck's designed to go off. Since we're playing Awaken the Woods, we're also playing Nissa as an amazing finisher. Since we're going to be drawing so much, we're also going to be hitting our land drops very consistently. So if we can make it to turn 7, drop a Nissa, -7, and then obliterate our opponent's face, that's pretty good. Besides that, we're also running Sandstalker Moloch, which is 3 mana, a 4/2 with flash. Is a like color hate card from March of the Machine, which says when it enters the battlefield, if the opponent casts blue or black spell this turn, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of them on the bottom of your library in a random order. Since it has flash, we can surprise our opponent with this. It has more than 3 power. We'll also draw a card off it, but if Tribute the World Tree is there. But since a lot of the meta is blue and black, we potentially will actually get to look at the top 4 cards and pick out what is most relevant, which is very nice. So that's the deck. Let's go hop into the games, see how it goes. If you have any questions about the deck, feel free to comment down below, ask me. There is a full deck list in a link in the description. You can see the entire deck on AetherHub, as well as there should be now a Discord server link down there if you want to go ahead and join Discord. You can ask me and talk to other Magic the Gathering players, hang out, all that good stuff. So, all right, Sarge Barge, Sergeant Barge. That's a cool name. Oh, this hand is interesting. We'll go ahead and keep it. Awaken the Woods can ramp. We have Beseiju, our 1 copy of Beseiju. Canker Bloom, we're playing it as one of our 2-drops here because 3 power can tango pretty well, and then also we can use it to destroy artifacts and enchantments on top of Beseiju, which is nice. Opponent is playing Azorius. Well, that will trigger a Sandstalker Moloch. Do your black spell. A little concerned though. Azorius, are they playing soldiers and just didn't have a 1-drop? Or are they playing Mind Splice Apparatus? Or are they playing Knights? I guess Knights are a new archetype that might be showing up on the rank ladder. Ossification. Okay. That's a little less exciting. We'll go ahead and pass turn and try and flash in the Sandstalker Moloch off of a blue spell that they cast. Opponent. Got the Jingataxius Avatar. Bankbuster, that's lame. Well, I guess we won't be drawing a card here with our Sandstalker. I guess we could Beseiju their Bankbuster before they draw anything off of it. You know what we could do? We could Beseiju their Ossification and then sacrifice. That just seems way too much. Yeah, this is definitely the smarter move here. We'll go ahead and just get rid of the Bankbuster. They're gonna get a land off this, but I think we want to do this, and then we can save the Sandstalker Moloch for next turn. Or we can just cast an Awaken the Woods for 2. Our opponent probably doesn't have a counter spell. Let's say tapped or untapped. That player may search the library for a land card. It doesn't say, so it comes in untapped. We'll go ahead and pass the turn back. Hold up our Sandstalker Moloch. Hopefully our opponent will cast something here, and we'll get a free draw. We're playing this mainly just to see how it feels. Alright, well. Will our opponent counter it? Sorry, I was adjusting my headphones if that made a bunch of noise. Sergeant Barge. Yeah, we haven't found our, watch them like just flash in something so we get a card draw. Nah, make this spear. Alright, we got a little antsy there, my bad. Let our opponent do their thing. We're gonna hold the Sandstalker Moloch for their turn now. Yeah, they have to play something, right? No? Okay. They don't have another, or they can't make disappear this, so we'll try and cast this. I mean, they could have a negate. They let it go. They let it go. That's huge. That's so huge. It's unbelievably huge. That means when we cast our Sandstalker Moloch, assuming it lands at least, we get to draw a card, which is huge. Have I said huge yet? Alright. End turn. We could Awaken the Woods here, but I think I'm just going to Sandstalker Moloch. Our opponent presumably is playing like maybe Farewell. But if they Farewell enchantments, they lose their ossification. We get a creature, which is something. You know, there's something if they Farewell, right? Do they have a hard counter? Make this appear. You know what? They could have a Syncopate. No, they don't have a Syncopate. We get to draw a card. Okay, I guess we can go for an Awaken the Woods here. Oh my goodness, this is a little disastrous. Presumably our opponent has a Make Disappear, so we'll only pay... We have 7 mana, so we'll pay... That's the right amount. Create 3 3/3s. Sounds good. Probably should have done this before I attacked in, but it's fine. And then you can see the power of Awaken the Woods with Tribute to the World Tree. I remember seeing somebody mention this when the Tribute to the World Tree was revealed, and I was like, that's genius. I'm gonna have to try that for myself. So yeah, I can't entirely take credit, but it was some random commenter on like YouTube or Reddit, I forget. Sunfall. It's fine. We have another Awaken the Woods. And if we get a Nissa, we can just start taking up Nissa. Okay, well, that's less good. Our opponent probably still has like a Make Disappear. So our opponent's just a sweeper deck. 8 mana, we can cast this for 6. Unless they have 2... Oops, no, that's not what I meant. 4. 4, 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. Math. Quick math. Alright, opponent. You may have an incubate token, but we have several tokens. Oh, well. That is what they had. Interesting. I mean, still have Tribute, which is good. Chromos Seed Shark. Ah, it was an Azorius control deck all along. Can you believe that? An Azorius control deck? Alright. Can we please draw into something? Our opponent presumably does not have a counterspell in hand. We're gonna hope that they don't have a counterspell in hand. We're gonna go ahead and no blocks. There's no point in blocking a 4/4 with 3. Or like a 1/1 here, I don't think. Opponent. Gonna give it quadruple strike, and we're gonna die. Opponent is in the think tank about whether or not they want to slam face, I guess. We've top decked a ton of land, so I think there's only up from here. Like, that's what I've got to believe, right? We've we've had, what is this? 10 lands. 10 lands in the top 16. Yeah, 10 lands in the top 16. That's ridiculous. Okay. This is our turn. This is our turn. Please don't be a negate. As long as it's not a negate, we get to keep doing this. That draws this card. It's a freaking land. It's a land. Alright, we're not going to attack in with the 1/1s. It's probably not worth it, and we can use them to pay for taxes. Such as Make Disappear. Let's make Disappear useless. Bankbuster, that is annoying. Opponent will get to draw off of that regardless. But I think we're gonna go ahead and sacrifice it. You know what we can do? This is genius. Everything I do is always genius. There is no question. Now I'm checking. But we destroy this, we get this one in. It's Surge of Salvation. That would have been so cool. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah. Congrats, you've had the right spells at the right time, and we've top decked Land City. We've had more than half land. I'm playing 24 lands. I'm not even like, this isn't Land City for a deck. We'll go like that. So, okay. Well, please draw into a card that's relevant. We get to, okay. 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 I see how it is. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 10 lands on the battlefield, 1 in hand. So that's 11, 12, 12 lands in the top. We have what? What? This is unlucky. Our deck is less than 1/3. Okay, it's 1/3 lands, roughly 1/3 lands, and we've top decked 50% lands. The math doesn't add up. I actually like that because that means I can replay it. So, your devious plan to just bounce my stuff is aggravating, to say the least. Mana value. So it doesn't even matter if they spend 1 mana to bounce. Alright, we get to block, and we'll trade that, I think. We kind of need to, we really do need to, like, storm off here. And I'm not even joking. But we're probably going to just play this top deck into a world. Another land. I'm not losing it. Okay, creature, but this one doesn't draw us cards, so we're kind of dead. Opponent, finding the attack button. Man, we found more than 50% lands. That's honestly baffling. If we could just, that's the thing. If you can find a creature, you're more likely to draw a card, and then if you draw more cards, you're more likely to find more creatures. So it kind of like sticks together. Or like once you start flowing, you can like kind of keep flowing. But we never really got flowing there because they're crap luck. Very crappy luck. Alright, this hand's okay. Tinkerbloom, if it dies, we can exile with Cemetery Prowler to get discount on future creatures. Invoke the Ancients isn't too bad for a 5-drop. That is one thing that's a little, like, non-bow, is that this is... It's nice because it has 4 toughness against, like, mono-red type stuff, but, you exile a card from a graveyard, spells you cast, cost 1 less for each card type they share with the exiled card. So if we exile a creature, our creatures become 1 generic mana less. If we exile a sorcery, our sorceries become 1 generic mana less. So I guess we have some synergy between like Invoke the Ancients and stuff, but not quite ideal. I mean, we'll go ahead and block this. What do we want to do here? I think, regardless of what happened, regardless of everything, we're going to go ahead and play out Cemetery Prowler. No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to be responsible here, just in case they have a burn spell to get rid of this. Because we won't be able to do it in response. So we'll take some damage from this Exuberant Fuseling, but this is worth it. Or I think it's worth it. Professional Facebreaker. Okay, everything has suddenly gotten worse. That is really bad. Facebreaker with their Exuberant Fuseling is a pretty nice combo. We'll play this down. We can invoke the Ancients next turn, which gives us some good blockers. Opponent can sacrifice a treasure though to pump up their exuberant, or sacrifice a bunch of treasures to keep pumping up their fuseling, because what it says is whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put an oil counter on it. So treasure counters or treasure token or tokens count towards that. They're about to take 6 damage here. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better about doing this. Go ahead, give these vigilance, I think. Or actually, maybe one of them trample. So we can try and get through to their call. Opponent is looking for a burn, presumably. Well, if we can keep top decking lands, we can potentially just hold off things with these Invoke the Ancients. Sticky fingers. That's bad. That's bad. Are we on the play or on the draw? I forget. Menace is not good. They can sacrifice this treasure to kill whatever one we don't shoot. We'll just block. We need this exuberant fuseling off the map. Needs to go. Yeah, they're gonna get rid of the trample one. Should have picked trample on both, I guess. A bit my bad. I haven't played with Invoke the Ancients a ton. I don't think anyone has. But it actually kind of works in this deck. Yep, they can pump that up. Admittedly, they lose the mana. Oh, they don't lose the mana because they get to send it face. And play with fire. Great. We're facing a big burn deck. Now we can Awaken the Woods and maybe just Nissa next turn and win. Like, that is an option. Sticky Fingers, yeah, that already had Sticky Fingers. Let's go ahead and attack in on Koth and see if they're willing to give it up. If they're willing to give it up, no, they're not gonna give it up. That's fine. Alright, there's one spell that I really want them not to have. Can you guess what that spell is? It's gonna be End the Festivities, because if they have End the Festivities, they sweep all of our Awaken the Woods tokens. But if they don't sweep our Awaken the Woods tokens, we kind of just win the game. Because we play Nissa and we give everything +9/+9 in trample. Because these count as forests, it works amazingly with Nissa's -7 here, which says +1/+1 for each forest you control and trample. I remember when Nissa came out, that was one of the things people was doing like regularly with Nissa, or trying to pull off with Nissa, is Awaken the Woods and Nissa, but I don't think it was strong enough to really see a ton of ranked play. Okay, that's not gonna be enough, opponent. This is what mono green beatdown looks like. It looks like a 4/5 vigilant spirit token and Nissa's army of dryads. I did make a mistake one game where when I was playing, I don't know if it was this deck or another deck, where I was playing Nissa, and I I went to attack all, but I started by clicking one, and then I was like, okay, I meant to click like no attacks, so I would reset the attackers, so then I could click all attack, but I clicked like one attacker, and so I only sent one of the tokens attacking in that got like +13, or it was like a 13/13. So I think I may have come close to losing that game or lost that game because of that. That was fun though. We didn't hit what we needed, but we showed off a bit of Invoke the Ancients, which really hasn't seen any sort of play. Because since they're tokens, they're not as good as like actual creatures, because the opponent can use like ossification, they'll just straight up disappear, or they can use like bounce spells and straight up disappear. If it's a creature, you can just replay it, but since it's not a creature, it can be a problem. Do we care that we have no 2-drops? How many 2-drops do we have in this deck? I think we have like 4. And then if you want to include, or sorry, we have 8. But if you want to include Awaken the Woods, we have like 12. Kind of like the world tree. Let's see if we can do this. We're going first, so as long as our opponent doesn't like play a 1-drop into a 2-drop, we're chilling. Oh, you know what? Have no fear. Please, Quirion Beast Caller is here. Nah, it's fine. Let the mono black do the mono black things. Just as long as they don't get an Invoke Despair off before we get to Tribute to the World Tree a sufficient amount. Oh, there's blue. That's not good. Well, that fits really well with our Sandstalker Moloch. We can just go ahead and pass turn and then flash in a Sandstalker. See if this works. See if it works. 4 black. Flash this in. Yeah, Sheoldred's actually a huge problem because this is a mandatory draw. The Tribute to the World Tree. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. This deck is really cool, but there's one huge problem. Sheoldred. Can you believe that? Sheoldred is a huge problem. Because we're now just going to draw ourselves to death here. Yeah, that's what pain looks like. That's what pain looks like. Alright, we can Awaken the Woods next turn, and then we can Nissa the following turn, and I think we can win that way. As long as it doesn't countered. Our opponent is playing blue. They might be playing Grixis. Or they're just playing Sheoldred, which is an option. They're playing Sheoldred nil. Yeah, we're gonna have to block this, I think. We don't want to die. Yeah, that's that. And then we can Awaken the Woods for 4. And then I think we'll have lethal the following turn, but our opponent is gaining life here because Sheoldred is broken. We get 4 3/3s. So we can do some blocking if they go for attacks. Well, they don't have a sweeper. There is Invasion of Fiora. Invoke Despair. Okay, do we have lethal? I need to think about this. I mean, can we not block is the question. They're playing Invoke Despair and the 5-cost Sheoldred. They need 8 cards in our graveyard to be able to activate. So we have 5 in our graveyard so far. We're kind of helping them out here. Alright, so we'll have... Let's see. How many forests will we have? Let me do some thinking, opponent. So we have a total of 6 lands plus these 3. So we have 8 forests. There'll be 2 untapped. They get +8/+8. There'll be 11 11s with trample attacking, and they have enough to defend it. If they block 1, are they still alive? That's 22 damage, so yeah, they're still alive. Wait, they could just not even block it. Why are you like this, Sheoldred? Alright, anyways. We'll go ahead and play this, and 1, 2... yeah, we already counted 8. My bad. 6... Okay, I didn't count. We actually had lethal there. I didn't count properly. Oh gosh, no. Oh, please. Please don't be punished. Please don't have like -1/-1 sweeper or -2/-2 sweeper. Hit it, Tsugu. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Just don't have the whole breacher thing. Or the breach of the multiverse. And a village rights in hand. Or an Invoke Despair. You just put an Invoke Despair on top, didn't you? And you just gained a lot of life. Okay, well, it doesn't matter how much life they have at this point. We just need to survive this turn. Because I think we win if we get to resolve our things. Yeah, that's fine. Question is, will Yeah, we're gonna do the blocking here because I don't think we can afford to mess around. And I think we'll be fine. If we can get our attacks in, we win. That's basically it. Yep, we'll lose some life, that's fine. This is how you win in green, is you just have to kill them before Sheoldred kills you, because there is no hope. Alright, that should be enough damage. I think I miscounted the number of dryads initially. I thought there was only 2. Or no, I thought there was... Yeah, I'm bad at counting. Let's just go with that. Kapow. Oh, wait, Hitsuga and Kairi don't even resolve. Because they have a death trigger. The duo there has a death trigger. When they die, they reveal the top card of their library, and we lose life equal to the mana value of the card, and if it's an instant or a sorcery, they get to cast it for free. So, we actually, we won that one. Sheoldred. Well, thankfully they invoked Despaired us, so we didn't draw a bunch off of our tribute to the World Tree, I guess, and died because of it. I mean, I don't think we would have died because we would just cast our Awaken the Woods and stuff, but, oh, this is another, why aren't we finding any 2-drops? Tribute's so good, though. It's like, I know, crazy good. See if it can recover it. Oh, no. Okay. Good game. Good game. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mono Red, I disgraced you. Mono Red on the play. Yeah, they got Ren's Resolve from the new set, which is just, yeah, and Invasion of Regatta. And this is, it is over. Can't really cast that now. It's not looking good for us. Yeah, we don't want them flipping that battle either, because it turns into a, basically a better mechanized warfare and a 4/4 prowess creature. So let's hope they don't have, what is the new card called? Nahiri's Warcrafting is a 3 mana, 5 damage to creature, planeswalker, or battle. And then excess damage, you get to look at the top number of those cards. Like, look at the top number of cards equal to that. Okay. Alright. You don't want to play nice, I get it now, opponent. Rude. We don't have any life gain in this deck, do we? That's a bit of a problem. Well, we can play Jewel Thief, and then we'll have extra mana Urabrask. Are you playing Saffron Olives Urabrask Burn? Interesting. I don't think that's going to save them here if we can get to stick around for a few more turns. We're gonna be drawing some cards. Kumano, that is spooky, but that doesn't trigger Urabrask. Actually, we're probably just dead. We should have enough spells that they can kill us here. Oh. Another lightning strike kills us. Nope, they let it go. Alright, so block this like this and this. Okay, we can play this down. This becomes a 4/4, which seems worth it. A 4/4 that if it dies, it gets to transfer its counters. And then we just play like a massive Awaken the Woods. To generate, well, not massive. 4 3/3s though is pretty good. We like build our own invasion of New Phyrexia with dryads and a tree. Go ahead, exile the Stoke of Flames from the graveyard so they can't cast it with a Bloodthirsty Adversary. Well, Bloodthirsty Adversary only says 3 mana or less, I think. Or maybe it says 2 mana or less. So maybe I lied. Lightning Strike, good game. Oh, yep, Mono-Red got some new things. I don't know if Urabrask is the move, but Certainly Invasion of Regatha took us down there quite a bit. 4 damage directly to face. It's kind of our fault, but it's also mono red. Mono red kind of stands at the top of, okay, maybe not at the top, but right next to the top of the standard best of one ladder. I think Soldiers has the highest win rate. You know what? I'm gonna go check. We'll go check as we play this one out. Untapped MTG. We'll go ahead and keep this hand, I think. We have 2/2 drops, so if we don't find land, we have something. My thing is loading. Meta. Win rate today. Mono red is #1. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. Mono black is second highest win rate. Mono white. What? This is best of one, right? What happened to Soldiers? Soldiers had like a 60% win rate and it was at the top, usually. Well, today, nobody, I guess everyone's taken off from playing Soldiers for the time being, something like that. Mardu Angels is terrifying, because we don't have anything with Reach, because we're not playing Pelucranos, and we're not playing Vorinclex, and those are the only good creatures with Reach in green. Yeah, I think we lose. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because you want to know what we can do. We can do this, and then no attacks. Actually, we could have sacrificed this Cankerbloom and then attacked in. That was a mistake. Okay, well, we're gonna wait until our opponent potentially casts something. Then we Cankerbloom in response. No, 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 no! Wait, what? Why? I passed phases, didn't I? Ay, caramba. Alright, well, we already made like 2 mistakes here. First off, we could have attacked in with Cankerbloom here, and then second off, we allowed it to pass their attack phase before go ahead and doing what we should have done. I will go ahead and play this. This will cheapen our creatures because we can exile that. So these will be 2 mana. And we can attack in with Cankerbloom because presumably our opponent does not want to trade with their Giada, the Angel Lord. Not really an Angel Lord, but helps you pay for angel spells, and other angels enter with additional +1/+1 counters for each angel you control. So, pretty crazy good. On top of being a 2/2 Vigilant Flyer. 4/2. That is not a creature I wanted to see. Oh. It would be kind of nice to have Sandstalker Moloch available for a time like this, but no, I don't think this one's winnable. We'll see. We'll see. We exile another creature. This is 1 mana. We can play this out. It fills the mana back up. We can play this one out. And then we gotta hope that they play another black spell here to cast Sandstalker Moloch. Liesa is like one of the few actual multicolor angels. I mean, they could cast a removal spell. In that case, we can Sandstalker Moloch. That's not a removal spell. It comes in with 2/+1 counters because they have 2 other angels. So we're dead in the air, like next turn. They hold back that as a defender. Alright, well, we tried with the Moloch. Or Moloch. Doesn't help that everything is in the air. And we top deck land. Alright, well, I'm gonna send everything at them. We don't have many options besides them not killing us here. I don't think we have lethal because we only have 10 plus 9. We have 19 damage. And yeah, they can block. I mean, they don't even have to block. They can swing in and then block next turn. No, actually, though, then I think they would die. I mean, it doesn't hurt to block with the Nissa. Thankfully, everything has over 3 power. What the heck? Oh wait, they get them back anyways because Archangel. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent control dies, exile it. So they get both of these creatures back into their hand. Yep. Which is very unfortunate. The only reason I'm not conceding this game is like a Nissa off the top is like potentially a win. Because then we have 3/8/8s with trample, which 24 damage. They gain 5 life. No, we couldn't even kill them if we top decked a Nissa. That's grace. I think we're gonna go ahead and concede. We're dead. We're dead in the next few turns, and not even our best spell off the top of our library next turn that we would be able to cast wins us it. So in the interest of time, we'll move on. Though those few games that we have gotten off with like our Tribute to the World Tree with Awaken the Woods has been pretty gross. Just like generating a bunch of 3/3s is pretty strong. And then if we hit Nissa, it gets even crazier. Ooh, this hand's really good. We play Quirion Beastcaller first because I kind of want Cankerbloom to stick around, I think. Mono red, great. Ah, the joys of playing Magic. Mono red. So in that case, we might play Cankerbloom first because it's more likely to eat up a spell that we don't mind saying. And we don't mind saying goodbye to it because we can play a tribute next turn. And then Quirion Beastcaller would be a 4 toughness creature. Izzet. Okay, our opponent's playing Izzet. They give us the chance to block, which is kind of them. I mean, they can just fling something on our face, and then they can kill the Cankerbloom, but they need to fling 2 spells if they want it to survive. That's how they're going to make it survive. Okay. That was not expected. I think at this pace, we can actually afford to throw down a second tribute, because then we can start drawing a bunch of cards. And I'm talking like a ton of cards. If you get more than 1 tribute to the World Tree, it's kind of scary. It is kind of scary the amount of cards you draw. Opponent with Monastery Swiftspear going in. Presumably they have some sort of spell. A cantrip. I'm wondering if they're an Izzet Urabrask deck. Urabrask deck. Wait, it's hard to Henra Spellspear. That is terrifying. I will give them that. But I will remain moderately unterrified. We have way too many lands for our own good, so I think we kind of have to do this so that we ensure that we draw next turn. Like, I don't even think it would be a good idea to play Quirion Beastcaller right now without the double tribute, just because we're so flooded. We've hit 7 lands in the top 10 cards of our library, so that's not exactly normal. Yeah, they can pay the life. And they cast 2 spells, it becomes a 7/7 Trampler. Swiftspear grows as well. We're going to take a ton of damage, potentially. If they have 2 spells. I mean, they could easily cantrip into another Consider or something. I mean, they have been pretty darn lucky with the cards that they have drawn. Having double Consider. And we draw into another land. Our luck is legendary for lands. Alright, this gets counters, we draw a card, we can play another creature, we draw 2 cards, and we get an Awaken the Woods, which is huge, and then we can pass turn, and then our Awaken the Woods will be a Silver Scrutiny that creates 3/3s. Pretty crazy good. Opponent hopefully doesn't kill us here, and hopefully doesn't have a counter, though there's just a chance we're straight up dead. The opponent plays like a Lightning Strike on the Cankerbloom, or a They probably play with fire instead of lightning strike. Seem to be a 1-drop tribal and Swiss beer Spellstalker. But yeah, if they cast like 3 1-drops or 3 1-cost spells, we're kind of doomed. Did they play a land for the turn? Yeah, they did. Ancestral Anger. Yep, that's gonna do it. I think that just does it. Ah, gosh darn it. This many lands is not, it's not good for the heart. Maybe that doesn't do it. They probably have like 5 other spells, let's be real. Okay. Well, if they have one more spell, we're just dead, regardless of how we choose to block. So we're gonna go for the one that has the most upside if they don't have. They don't. Okay. So this means we get to draw a bunch and create a bunch of creatures. I think that's what we want to do. Yeah, we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All our mana spent to create a bunch of Tribute to the World Tree triggers. Draw 4. Alright, we do not need this many lands. I think I'll discard the Sandstalker Moloch. And hopefully our opponent doesn't have a burn spell to the face. Clarion Terror, that is a good spell to be playing. Do you have a burn spell to the face, opponent? Because if you don't have a burn spell to the face, we drop Nissa, you die. That is the play pattern here. Okay. Good game, opponent. It's so dumb. Oh my god, Awaken the Woods with Tribute to the World Tree is so good. That was a good game for your opponent. They had a really cool deck there. The 1-drops, or like a ton of 1-drops, like they picked really good creatures that all synergize well, I feel like. And it seems like the type of deck that you might be able to actually fit Urabrask in and flip it. We'll go ahead and play one more game here, I think, and then we'll wrap up there and talk a bit about the deck. Maybe some changes to be made. I will say so far, Sandstalker Moloch. Oh, how is it pronounced? It's definitely not Malik because there's no A in it. But alright. Do we keep this hand because we're gonna top deck into like 5 lands? Or do we not keep this hand because it's a 2-lander? Let's keep this hand because we go first and Cankerbloom on the play seems pretty good. Or do we, since we're going first, no, we can't mulligan if we're going first. I think that's the idea. I'm not very good at the whole changing up my mulligans too much on the play. On the draw, I feel like it's easier to choose your mulligans because you know you're going to draw another card. Oh, we drew another land, so we're doing good so far. Cut down on the Cankerbloom. It is so sad that green doesn't have like just a 2-mana 3/3. I know there was the 2-mana green like 3/3 like wolf that was absolutely crazy because it drew cards, but I'm not even asking for that. I'm just asking for something standard. I think we'll play Cemetery Prowler here just to eat out whatever removal they have. Because I'm a little bit worried of playing out Tribute to the World Tree and eating and enchantment removal. I don't know why. In that case, let's go ahead and get rid of their graveyard. No, we should get rid of our graveyard. They're playing Sheoldred, potentially. The new Sheoldred, which cares about us having 8 cards in our graveyard. Alright, play out Tribute to the World Tree. Hope our opponent doesn't have enchantment removal, because then we can start drawing. We can play this Cankerbloom, draw a card, and hopefully hit a land drop. Or we can do it like this. Let's do this. Let's play this slightly safe route. Opponent, are you gonna let us draw a card? I knew you had another removal there. Okay, we do draw land, which is great because now we can play Cemetery Prowler and hopefully it's not dead. We get to draw another card. This is why Tribute to the World Tree is gross. If you can get it to stick around, like, oh my goodness. Opponent won't be able to invoke this turn because they don't have enough black mana. They're one black pip away from casting Invoke. We are able to cast our Invoke though. Cruelty of Gix though, they get to reanimate one of our creatures. Oh, they're gonna make us discard a creature. Guess what? We're green, but we're not playing creatures, buddy. Let's go. Alright, we'll cast Invoke the Ancients here because I want to draw. And I think we'll go vigilance and trample. You know, a little mix of both. Draw 2. Now we get to net cards, which is epic. And then we'll go ahead, exile from our graveyard another creature. Keep our graveyard pretty thin here. Again, I probably mentioned this in other videos. I don't know if I quite clarified in this video. If you exile more than one creature, you don't get a bigger discount. You just get one generic discount if you've exiled like 10 creatures. You still get one generic discount. Someone gets to search their library for the best card, or whatever card they need for this particular situation. I'm imagining they might be removing Tribute to the World Tree or a sweeper. To populate here makes some sense, but in that case we get to set up like with another Tribute to the World Tree, and then Awaken the Woods for ridiculousness. Though, if they have... No, let's just go for the throat. Okay. I think... Oh, this is dangerous. We're strutting into dangerous territory here, but I think we're gonna go play out this. And then play out this. If our opponent has like a Sheoldred here, we might be in a little of a hot spot. But yeah, I wanted to get Nissa set up because we can potentially just Awaken the Woods for a bunch and then Nissa. Which seems pretty good. We might just also win with the spirit tokens that we got off of the Invoke the Ancients. Yeah, we can only put some of our dorky creatures. Nah, there you go. Bring on Beast Caller, not gonna do much. If we top deck a land, we can play Nissa and just down deck Nissa and probably win that way. Farewell. Yeah, that is annoying, but we can also just still do this because Nissa. So we'll go ahead and pay for you and your sweepers, opponent. Gross. Farewell. That's also like one of the grossest cards. Can't wait until that one rotates as well. And yep, 4 Forest Dryads is enough. Get 420 to surrender. I didn't even realize our opponent's name was 420. That's funny. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and hop back to the deck real quick. But if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, leave a like, comment, let me know what cards you are playing around with, what cards you've enjoyed, or what cards you would like to see me play. Again, there's Discord in the description, so if you want to join there, hang out, ask questions, talk to me, talk to other players, you can join there. But yeah, this is the deck. I won't go into a full deck tech. If you enjoyed this video, maybe you'll enjoy the video that we did yesterday, which was Omnath with like Tribute to the World Tree, which was pretty cool. It should be on the screen about now. But yeah, full deck list in the description. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.